Hi, I'm Carlie. This is my story. I was raised in a Christian-ish home. My parents, we always went to church every Sunday, but I didn't really ever feel God's love. I accepted Christ when I was 7 just because, I felt like I should, but it never really affected me. It was just like, that's what my family did, so that's what I did. In 5th grade, I was going to a small private Christian school, and I had somebody in the church put in my life that they started to constantly pour really terrible spiritual lies into my life. Just that, I was the only unsavable sinner, God didn't love me, that I was a burden, that I couldn't be forgiven. And I cried out for help in the church and to people I trusted, and they just kind of affirmed it and said, maybe you're so upset because this is true. So from that point, I just withdrew from the church. I kept going, but no one accepted me. I felt really judged all throughout high school. I just started really internalizing it, and I hated myself, but I hated God more for making me and putting me in this life where He was just going to hate me anyway. So I just wanted to spite Him, so I just started destroying my body. I started cutting when I was 11, and it just continued on until I was 17, or maybe even later, but that's just where I turned to, and that's where I found my love. That's what I idolized, and it just all culminated into a suicide attempt in high school. It's just an ocean of depression and being medicated and just hating everything around me. And by the time I got to college, everything was just spinning around me, and I just kept getting lower and lower, and I just didn't have a will to live anymore. And I kept grabbing onto things that were just making me sink faster and faster. And I still thought God was the same evil, judgmental man I believed He was when I was 11. But then, Megan Ratcliffe invited me to crew one week. And I didn't know why I went, but I started going, and I got introduced to Melanie. And I'd never experienced somebody completely, recklessly love me with a godly love until Melanie just put her heart on me. And I came to sing with her, I told her all of my junk, and she was the first Christian that didn't judge me or run screaming or throw a Bible at me or anything like that. And it was just so amazing and refreshing to see that this is the God of the universe that's real. But I kept holding on to things until Radiate. I went to Radiate my freshman year, and the theme was Be Free, and God just completely destroyed my life so I could build it on a greater foundation. And before that, I was just in an ocean of guilt, and I kept grabbing onto things that I thought were going to save me, but they were really anchors. They just kept dragging me down until God just completely restored my life, and He brought me out of an ocean, and now I'm tied to Him as a rock. Just loving the God that can always forgive me no matter how many times I go back on Him. It's just amazing.